English for real. Shadowing.
Welcome back to another English shadowing practice. If you watched the first story video, great. You already know Sarah. You already know how this works. And you already proved that you can follow a full story in English and repeat it out loud with confidence. If this is your first time here, welcome. You are in the right place. This channel is dedicated to helping you build real English speaking skills through a simple but powerful technique called shadowing. Today we are following Sarah again. But today is a different kind of day for her. Today Sarah is not working from home. Today she is going out, to the office, to the city, to the real world. And as you follow her through the day, you're going to practice some of the most useful and natural English you will ever need. Same method as always. Listen, pause, repeat out loud. Let's go. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a situation where you needed to use English outside, at work, in a meeting, with a colleague, or even just asking for directions, and you felt your confidence disappear the moment it mattered most? That feeling is incredibly common. And it happens because most English practice happens in a very controlled, very quiet, very safe environment. You practice at home, alone, with no pressure. And then the moment you step into a real situation, everything feels different. The best way to close that gap is to practice English in context. Not just isolated sentences, but English that feels like it belongs to a real situation, a real place, a real person's real day. That's exactly what today's story does. As you follow Sarah through her day out, you're not just repeating words. You are mentally placing yourself in those situations. Your brain is connecting the language to real contexts. And that connection is what makes English stick and what makes it available to you when you actually need it. So let's step outside with Sarah and practice some real-world English together. Quick reminder before we begin. Listen to each sentence carefully. When you hear the pause, repeat the sentence out loud, with a natural voice, at a comfortable pace, as if you are telling the story yourself. Don't translate in your head. Don't stop to analyze the grammar. Just listen and speak. Keep the flow going no matter what. Ready? Let's follow Sarah. Today is a Wednesday morning. Sarah has an important day ahead of her. Sarah has an important day ahead of her. Today she is going to work at the office. Today she is going to work at the office. She feels excited and a little nervous. She feels excited and a little nervous. But she is ready for the day. But she is ready for the day. Sarah wakes up a little earlier than usual today. Sarah wakes up a little earlier than usual today. She wants to have enough time to get ready. She wants to have enough time to get ready. She takes a quick shower and gets dressed carefully. She takes a quick shower and gets dressed carefully. She chooses her favorite comfortable outfit. She chooses her favorite comfortable outfit. Then she goes to the kitchen and makes a quick breakfast. Then she goes to the kitchen and makes a quick breakfast. She drinks her coffee standing up by the counter. She drinks her coffee standing up by the counter. She checks her bag to make sure she has everything. She checks her bag to make sure she has everything. Her keys, her phone, her notebook, all ready. Her keys, her phone, her notebook, all ready. She takes a deep breath, opens the door, and steps outside. She takes a deep breath, opens the door, and steps outside. Great job. Sarah is out the door, and so is your English practice. Notice the energy of this block. It's faster, a little busier, because Sarah's morning is faster and busier today. The language reflects that. Short actions, one after another. That's how English works in active, real-life situations. Keep that energy going. Sarah walks to the bus stop near her apartment. Sarah walks to the bus stop near her apartment. The morning air is cool and fresh. The morning air is cool and fresh. She puts on her headphones and listens to music. She puts on her headphones and listens to music. The bus arrives after a few minutes. The bus arrives after a few minutes. She gets on, finds a seat, and looks out the window. She gets on, finds a seat, and looks out the window. The city is already busy and full of life. The city is already busy and full of life. She enjoys watching the streets go by. She enjoys watching the streets go by. 20 minutes later, she arrives at her stop point. 20 minutes later, she arrives at her stop. She gets off the bus and walks toward the office building. She gets off the bus and walks toward the office building. Excellent. Sarah has arrived, and you've already practiced 18 sentences today. I want to highlight something about this block. Phrases like she gets on, finds a seat, and looks out the window. Notice how 3 actions are connected in one smooth sentence. This is very natural English. Native speakers chain actions together like this all the time. When you repeat sentences like this, you are training your brain to do the same thing naturally. That's a big deal. Let's continue. Sarah enters the building and says good morning to the receptionist. Sarah enters the building and says good morning to the receptionist. She takes the elevator to the 4th floor. She takes the elevator to the 4th floor. Her colleague James is already at his desk. Her colleague James is already at his desk. She smiles and says, "Good morning, James. How are you?" She smiles and says, "Good morning, James. How are you?" He looks up and smiles back. "Good morning, Sarah. I'm doing well, thanks." He looks up and smiles back. "Good morning, Sarah. I'm doing well, thanks." Sarah sits down at her desk and opens her laptop. Sarah sits down at her desk and opens her laptop. She has a meeting at 10 o'clock this morning. She has a meeting at 10 o'clock this morning. She uses the first hour to prepare her notes. She uses the first hour to prepare her notes. She feels focused and ready to contribute. She feels focused and ready to contribute. You're doing wonderfully. And did you notice something different about that last block? There was a small conversation inside the story. "Good morning, James. How are you?" "Good morning, Sarah. I'm doing well, thanks." Simple, natural, real. That's everyday office English. And you just practiced it out loud in context as part of a flowing story. That's powerful. Let's finish Sarah's day. By 5 o'clock, Sarah has finished her work for the day. By 5 o'clock, Sarah has finished her work for the day. She says goodbye to her colleagues and packs her bag. She says goodbye to her colleagues and packs her bag. She feels tired but satisfied. She feels tired but satisfied. It was a productive and good day. It was a productive and good day. She takes the bus back home and finds a quiet seat. She takes the bus back home and finds a quiet seat. This time, she doesn't listen to music. This time, she doesn't listen to music. She just looks out the window and thinks about her day. She just looks out the window and thinks about her day. She is grateful for the good conversations and the work she did. She is grateful for the good conversations and the work she did. When she gets home, she changes into comfortable clothes and relaxes. When she gets home, she changes into comfortable clothes and relaxes. Today was a good day, and she knows it. Today was a good day, and she knows it. And that's the end of Sarah's day out, and the end of today's practice. You just followed Sarah through an entire day in the real world, from getting ready at home, to the commute, to the office, to the ride back, sentence by sentence, in English out loud. Think about the variety of English you practiced today. Morning routines, public transport, workplace greetings, everyday conversations, end-of-day reflections. That's real-world English, the kind that actually shows up in your life. Every time you do a session like this, you are building something. You are making English more automatic, more natural, more available to you in the moments that matter. It doesn't happen all at once, but it is happening. Every single repetition moves you forward. Keep showing up. Keep practicing. Sarah will be back with more stories, and so will you. See you in the next video. Before you go, 3 quick things. If you enjoyed practicing with Sarah's story, hit the like button. It helps more English learners find this content and start their own journey. Subscribe and turn on the bell notifications so you never miss a new story. New shadowing videos come out regularly, and each one is a new opportunity to practice. Leave a comment below and tell me, which part of Sarah's day was your favorite to practice? Write Sarah's day out done. I read every single comment, and your feedback helps me create better content for you. Thank you for being here. See you in the next one.